Find the nation. Be informed. Be engaged. Be heard. Political Roundtable, where Nigeria comes to talk.
All right, it's time for Political Roundtable, Mainland 98.3 FM. My name is Tᴏɪᴛᴛᴇʀ. This is the show where we look at the major issues in the political space. It's a full house this evening, and we have a lot to talk about, so we're going to move very, very fast. Barrister Curtis Aregbesola is in the studio. Nuruddin Adegbero in the studio. Joseph Olorunṣọ́ is also in the studio with me. And we're going to move very fast on the 4 issues we have on the roundtable this evening. We are streaming the show live on Facebook. We're on YouTube. You can also listen to the show via the Radio Garden platform. You can also listen to the show from our website. There's a live feed on our website that allows you to listen live to the show. So multiple platforms for you to be a part of the show. Tell someone that you think deserves or needs to listen to the show that, look, location is no barrier. If you're not in Lagos, you can listen to the show via these multiple platforms and also be a part of the show. It's interactive. We'll open up our phone lines for you to also share your thoughts on any of the issues we'll be talking about this evening. The phone line is 09136 000 410, 09136 000 410. So also, as we discuss along, you can also drop your comments and contributions on our live feed on Facebook and YouTube. We'll try to also take those contributions before we end the show today. It's nice to have you in the studio, Barrister Curtis Aregbesola.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Nuruddin, how are you today?
Good evening. Well, today is Iṣàlẹ̀-Ọjà Day.
What is Iṣàlẹ̀-Ọjà Day?
Iṣàlẹ̀-Ọjà is a part of Agege, at the back of the market, and they always celebrate every year. As I'm speaking,
it's market what?
It's at the back of the market. We call it Iṣàlẹ̀-Ọjà.
Okay.
Saheed Òṣùpá should be in Agege.
What do they celebrate? What was the
every
significance?
year they celebrate like a community.
Okay.
In that area, Iṣàlẹ̀-Ọjà is part of Agege, so they celebrate.
So Saheed Òṣùpá is coming.
Yesterday was the one of Kibila Fuji.
Okay,
Malaika.
That's Malaika. Okay.
Malaika was around yesterday, and I was told.
So there was something significant about that Iṣàlẹ̀-Ọjà.
One thing there is it's like ghetto part of Agege.
So the ghetto life,
and he has produced a lot of. Egbeyemi was also Iṣàlẹ̀-Ọjà person.
Okay, so
they
produced a lot of
notable. So every year they.
Is Obasa from Iṣàlẹ̀-Ọjà?
What you say?
Obasa.
Obasa is not from Iṣàlẹ̀-Ọjà.
But he reckons with Iṣàlẹ̀-Ọjà.
There is nobody that will be in Agege that will not reckon with Iṣàlẹ̀-Ọjà.
Okay.
It's not possible.
Congratulations to Iṣàlẹ̀-Ọjà people as you celebrate your day. All right, Ogaju, how about you?
I think Nuruddin is having double celebration. I'm celebrating in Agege is equally celebrating International Airport in Ogun State.
Well,
and so
how is everything with you?
Well, we are trying our best. It's only. We have on a long journey. You know, my friend. You know, if I talk and I go, say, what's my issue with them?
No, you don't. Why not? We know you are friends with them. But there'll be a day we'll dedicate to talking about them. Because again, I always want a pattern to the show, a pattern so that we're not just moving right, left, and center without any direction. Are we being fair to them, really? That's also one question we need to ask ourselves, because
well, it's going to be two ways. Are they being fair to us? Or are we being fair to
so we will somehow, whichever way, we'll talk about it, because it's easy for us to sit down on this part of the divide
and castigate them
and continue to castigate and blame them for everything and anything. But in reality, if we find ourselves in
victims of a command structure, because their bosses are the ones that sit with the politicians. Where these key decisions are made. Of course, before every election, you see INEC and the head of the security agencies come together, and so the decisions are taken there. What these guys are told is to simply go and implement the decisions.
Decisions have been taken before.
But the other side of it, the flip side of it, is also that politicians also understand that the field workers,
the one that will do the work,
who will do the work, can also be settled behind the scenes.
Yeah.
They have to take personal responsibility.
So that they will not sabotage.
So we will, of course, there will be a day for us to really look into the role of our security operatives when we conduct these elections. 2027 is upon us. I keep telling people, whether we like it or not, our politicians have found a way of removing 2026 from our calendar. All conversations. Well, I think Osun people still have 2026 in their calendar. But for most of our politicians, I think it's about 2027. Nobody's talking about any other thing other than 2027. We'll win the elections, we'll defeat them. And I think it's also going to be a major part of our talking point this evening. Ahead 2027, civil society organizations have questioned President Tinubu's motive in appointing Professor Joash Amupitan as INEC Chair. There's a lot really since that announcement was made. We'll be waiting to see Prof appear before the Senate. The only reason why some of us are a bit not so excited about this Senate screening thing is that they've not even told us that they don't screen. They just confirm.
No, but Alain Duma told you last week.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They don't screen.
We don't.
They don't screen.
He said, look, the rule is for confirmation,
not to screen.
Not to screen. But I think he told half of the story.
Okay.
Because the Constitution couldn't have specifically said screen when you confirm. Even in the U.S. Constitution, it's confirmation.
Yes. But how do you confirm without screening?
Before you confirm, you have to examine. That's where the screening comes in. But you know what? No matter whoever is chosen, even me as partisan as I am on issues, if Tinubu chooses me today as INEC chairman, I'll go to the Senate.
You go through.
Yes. Because all it takes is, like it's going on now, some powerful people will go and see all the senators.
On behalf of the nominee.
Even if the votes are not there, the Senate President will get the votes even by the use of his hammer.
Yes, and even the resigned minister, he did not go through the...
No, instead of taking an individual vote by show of hand, he will take a voice vote.
And he'll tell you and even if it's a nay, the ayes will have it. And that's why we keep talking about this electronic voting. And that, look, this idea of voice votes, sometimes when it comes to critical appointments or issues, does not really do us any good. Yes.
Fouad, when a system does not work, you keep jumping from one mode of doing something to another mode. That doesn't change anything. Where changes have been effected and successfully is that they already have something that is working.
The standard.
Then they say, okay, I think we can improve on this system by doing more of this. You understand? We are using the most basic standard of voting and collecting the votes and announcing the results. We have not even achieved anything. We are talking about jumping to electronic. Do you understand what I'm saying?
with you, yes.
The electronic voting is good, but it has its own issue because if the machines you are going to use are not fully proved, against some of this wide hacking and all of that.
I'm saying this is what I'm saying, Mr. Curtis. For the Senate, for example, we have 109 senators. At every time that they need to vote, I'm sure maybe not all of them will be present. Yes.
That Senate is deliberate. You saw when they were electing Speaker for the House.
Yes.
Every member of the House, you have your name called by the clerk, and you have to indicate your vote.
Vote, yes.
That's also how they do it in the Senate. When they want to confirm, because you see, part of the problem that we have here is that our committees are dormant. If you are elected or selected by the president as a secretary, or for whatever position that you have to go and be confirmed from the Senate.
From the Senate, yes.
The committee of the Senate in charge of that area will first of all do a public hearing and take a vote.
Vote, yes. And agree that you should proceed to the floor.
To the general house.
Because I remember with the US, for every nomination that has to appear before the Senate, there's a committee that first interrogates them. Verify and all of that before it becomes...
Jeff Sessions, the former Attorney General of the United States under Trump first time, was a senator representing somewhere in Mississippi, I think, or Mississippi or Alabama. When it was his time to be screened in the Senate, the committee descended on him. They questioned every vote he cast in the Senate.
The Senate.
Every pronouncement he has made.
His ideology, philosophy,
in fact,
past
he did before
even past statements.
Came to the Senate.
Past statements, yes.
They all examined that before, and they got assurances from him that he was not just going to be the lapdog or the hunter dog Because as a hunter dog, he goes after the president's political enemies.
Yes.
As a lap dog, he does whatever the president wants. They were satisfied. And that man kept to his words. So when the president was saying, your session should
go after this,
he said, no, I'm the attorney general. I work for the state. Yes, you nominated me, but I am not your attorney general.
But if it was Nigeria, as a former senator, you would have been bow and go. Don't even say anything.
I think Ogafor, one thing that you equally
the cap does not mean anything.
Now, so a lot of people,
have confirmed
a lot of people who carry the Infinity cap or the other cap of President Tinubu now.
Yes.
They don't even believe on Tinubu's ideology, because Tinubu is a person that questioned the status quo, even when he was a governor.
Yes.
But you see people who claim to love him, they want to follow him to make a mistake.
They say they are on his mandate too.
Now, but if the president make a mistake, they will follow and make it, because everything.
That's why they are on the mandate.
No, you are not.
That is called loyalty.
No,
that's called loyalty politics.
If you
don't question anything.
If you must help someone, you take care of his blind spot.
Are you talking as a politician or you are talking as
in politics?
No, these are adults. These guys are adults.
Are you saying that the president should send someone there after they've done your mandate anthem? They should now say no to the nominee of the president.
No, I know that they are going to. Even you will be surprised if the INEC man enter there now. They will say this is the Renew Hope.
There is something
appointment.
There is something,
you understand it, because
something called courage, and there's another thing called principle in politics.
Okay.
Rarely do you find principle and courage intersect in politics.
In politics.
But right now, we've seen something like that happening in the U.S. I don't know if you heard about this lady called Marjorie Green Taylor. Into the president, look, this is not what you promised Americans. Today, our people still go to the grocery shops and
things are too expensive for them.
The price
to
of
buy.
egg is going up. Majority of the Republicans are queuing behind the president. But the senator from Alaska, Alisa McCoskey, also the same thing. She comes out. Susan Collins of Maine, all of them. And gradually, others will begin to pick the courage.
Momentum and courage.
Begin to speak out. Now, what do you see with the supporters of the president is that publicly, they are buoyant, they are robust, they defend, but privately, they cry.
Yes.
I was at an event recently where everyone that spoke praised him for the reforms and all of that. And as soon as they dropped the microphone, they start lamenting. So I said to one of them, why didn't you say what? He said, they won't forgive me. He said, you think I'm from Benue State?
So the loyalty must be that, look, no matter what you think.
It's public loyalty.
But in reality, these guys, a lot of them are not for what.
A lot of them that are lamenting personally, privately. And that is one of the things that maybe some of us are not wired to be politicians. And that is the reason why many of us will not be able to join that kind of setting.
Well, you have nothing to defend. If there was kola nut in your mouth, you will know how to adjust.
Okay.
You have nothing to defend. You have nothing to defend. Joseph has nothing to defend.
That's where we find ourselves, and I will always hold on to what Barrister keeps saying on the show, that look, eye service is also part of service.
And more profitable.
Not even the service to the people.
No, it's more profitable.
The eye service.
The eye service, yes.
I was looking, and there's this, the branding is beautiful. It's everywhere. You have crests, you have all manner of things from the cap. I was looking at the deputy speaker, Benjamin Kalu, recently, and he had this little beautiful crest of the
No, it's not the only one.
Of the president.
That one has PhD in psychophancy. and it's not only for Mr. President. Go back and look at his history. He came out to say that...
The deputy speaker, they call him deputy speaker.
I know him. He came out to say that Alesotti, in 2027, Abia will have an APC governor. And it doesn't matter whether the voters say so or not.
No.
That's the kind of thing. That's the guy who moved the motion for the establishment of Bola Tinubu University.
Yes.
When the federal universities we have today cannot be properly
even
funded.
run.
You understand what I'm
saying?
All right,
there's a lot to talk about.
I think it's good. I was recently, was it day first? I was listening to Abacha, when they say there's no candidate under Abacha now, there was no candidate. They say this.
No.
This is the local. So this is
the
not
Abacha
the first
era.
time.
You know, all the 5 political parties.
They pick him
They
as the
pick-
candidate.
as the candidate.
You remember the then chairman of GDM?
Yes, now.
When he was announcing, he said, General Abacha should call. Remember that?
Yes, so let's go into what we have today. The CSOs are saying that look, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has a lot to say as to why he decided to choose Professor Joash Amupitan. As political activities gather momentum ahead of the 2027 general election, and with the much anticipated Anambra governorship election scheduled for November 2025, several notable civil society organizations have put the new INEC chairman, Professor Joash Amupitan, SAN, on the hot seat. They are demanding that Amupitan restore Nigerians' confidence in the electoral process following last week's change of leadership at INEC, which saw Professor Mahmood Yakubu bowing out after 10 years in office. A lot of CSOs from Uriwa, so many, Yaga Africa have all been talking. And what I think they've been doing is to basically set the agenda from the issue of introduction of technology, the electoral reforms in itself, the 2022 Electoral Act and some of the amendments in it. A lot has been said as to look for us to get it right with our politics. Professor Joash Amupitan needs to raise the bar. He's not going to meet it where it is now and leave it where it is. He has to raise the bar. He has to live above board. He has to do a lot, really, to bring confidence back to our electoral process. But the former Minister of Interior and the former Governor of Osun State has also been making statements. That's Ogbeni Aregbesola. And I think some of the things he has said is also interesting and quite instructive when it comes to what we are talking about this evening. Former Interior Minister and ex-Governor of Osun State, Aregbesola, power in the hands of a single individual. Speaking at a panel discussion on innovation in electoral technology 2015-2025, organized by the Electoral Institute for Sustainable Democracy in Africa, Aregbesola argued that the genuine reform cannot occur unless the process of appointing INEC's leadership is decentralized. Aregbesola, who admitted being a past beneficiary of electoral irregularities, said the concentration of authority in the presidency, particularly the power to nominate the INEC chairman, creates room for manipulation by the ruling party. He proposed that political parties holding at least 5 seats. This is his own proposal now. He's talked about the fact that, look, you can't just have one person appointing INEC's leadership. So this is now his own alternative. He says, look, that political parties holding at least 5 seats in the National Assembly should jointly nominate INEC's leadership to ensure balance and accountability. And this is quoting him now. If the principal beneficiary of manipulation, nominates who chairs INEC, the outcome is already predetermined, he says. The former governor also urged INEC to strictly comply with the 2022 Electoral Act by conducting open demonstrations of his voting technologies, including the beavers and the INEC result viewing portal IREV ahead of elections. And again, he says, don't tell us you are using beavers only for us to wake up on election day to find that everything has changed. He said, criticizing last-minute technology glitch, blah, blah, blah. Barrister, I'm going to start with you. You know Professor Amupitan. Before we talk about the issue of electoral reforms, what we need to do, what are the things we should do, some of the agenda that is now being set for this new man. If we're going to go by history, it's going to scale through the Senate screening, if there's any screening at all, really. So we can just well begin to talk about his time as INEC chairman. What do you know about this man? What do you know about Professor Amupitan?
I've known Professor Amupitan for 35 years.
You've known him for 35 years?
For 35 years. Incidentally, both of us are graduates, and then as a graduate assistant.
Assistant lecturer.
And he took me in company law.
Okay.
Prof is field of specialization in law, is in company law and law of evidence. He's a senior advocate of Nigeria. He did his master's and PhD in Jos. He was at a point the Dean Faculty of Law, the University of Jos. And then he became the Deputy Vice Chancellor Administration. When the university, of course, had to do with a lot of exam malpractices and all that, students complaining about buying results, Prof was brought in and he was able to
tidy up,
to clear up the mess and strengthening that system today. Prof is a man who is satisfied with whatever he has. He's not a greedy man. He's not corrupt. He's a gentleman. He's quiet, in fact, to a fault. You can stay in a room and never hear a word from him unless you ask him to speak. And so I have no doubt at all he's a consummate professional. I have no doubt at all. In fact, it was in this studio last week that I sent him a text. When the rumors was going around and he replied.
Yes.
Now, if there's any doubt I have at all, is his ability to withstand the ferocious pressure.
Political pressure that will come.
That will come from politicians wanting him to manipulate the elections in their favor. And as you know, he's just going to be the head. He's not going to be the one who will
running the entire structure.
But so as to his character, I can vouch for his character. Although we must also say that in human history, people do change.
But at least for now, what you know of him.
For what I have known about this man, this is one man who is stable and steady when character is concerned. When you talk about competence, he's also very, very competent. Now, there have been issues. I mean, he's married to Yemisi, who is also a PhD holder in the university. They have 4 children. I've been to his house in Jos. He lives a normal life. In fact, he does not live in a house that befits
his status and his connections.
As a professor, deputy vice chancellor. But that's who he is. Doesn't put too much emphasis on material things. He's a workaholic. He would deliver on any assignment that you give to him. That's the man that I know. And that's why I came out openly to say I support President Tinubu's choice.
Of Professor Amupitan.
Now, one other thing that people are also talking about is the fact that I don't know, I've gone back to look at history and I don't see supporting evidence, but which is the fact that presidents usually do not appoint INEC chairmen from their part of the country. I remember when Obasanjo was there, it was WİSKI. And I don't know the state in the north WİSKI comes from. No, I mean the first time as military
state, yes.
But when Obasanjo was there, Iwu was there.
Maurice Iwu, yes.
Maurice Iwu.
He's not a Yoruba man.
Is he from Kebbi or Katsina?
No.
Okay. But then Jonathan appointed Jega.
Tairu Jega.
It's a political, and then he comes from the north.
Yes.
And when Buhari came, he picked Mahmoud.
Yakubu.
And they say, he was wrong that he shouldn't have picked the same thing.
From his part of
before his appointment, there was this rumor that the president was going to pick somebody from the south.
Yoruba man.
But then I think some strategic wisdom prevailed in that Amupitan faced the cap. Though a Yoruba man, geographically is a northerner.
A northerner, but a Yoruba man.
Just like Saraki.
Yes.
Someone like in the mode of Saraki. But I think that Amupitan sees himself as a Nigerian. And I don't think he has too much attachment to the north or the south. Or to his state. Because if you see the people he has helped, this is someone you cannot walk into his office with any problem in the university and come out without a solution. Where he doesn't have personal solution,
he helps.
He helps. And he's not an arrogant person. There is no air around him. You know, he's such an ordinary person with all his quality. He's accessible. He's not somebody that there are some people that you can't even talk to. That I have is whether you will be able to hold forth
and withstand firm
the pressure.
Because it's going to come.
It's going to come. No doubt about that.
That was only.
It's going to come. There's no doubt about that. And he's also coming to sit on top of his system. That he doesn't understand the size of the iron that is holding that system.
The pillar, whether it don't break or you don't get killed. All right. So I think that in itself helps us into who this new man that will be in charge of INEC is. I like the fact that this is coming from personal evaluation. Someone you've known.
I also worked with him in the same law firm.
Yeah, you told me that you worked with him.
So, with same law firm with
the
former Speaker Dogara.
So this is not them say. This is barrister telling you that, look, he was my lecturer. He's somebody I've known for 35 years. We worked together. This is who he is. Nuruddin, beyond these personal qualities, even before barrister said all of these very wonderful things about the prof, I think a lot of Nigerians who have had dealings with him, who have had engagements with him, have said that, look, this is a fantastic human being, very competent. You give him a job, he's going to deliver. I've not seen anywhere where there's been a review of this person and somebody says, oh, no, he has this problem. There's been a lot of very wonderful review about him. But there are also people who say that, look, even if you bring the Pope from Rome, from the Vatican to head INEC, if we don't touch on the systemic failure we have, if we don't talk about some of the structural deficiencies we have with INEC, you're going to make a mess of the reputation of who you are bringing in. In fact, there are people who would argue that Jega was not a bad person. And he only came in and was able to do the best he could do. Even Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, everybody blames him for glitches, IRF.
He wasn't responsible.
People
the guys in the room who did it.
To buttress what we're saying, look at Professor Ishakoloi of CHAM. And he had to cry. And I'm sure that he cried.
Ed Rolo.
But at least there was a problem.
Yes.
There was a problem. If it had been announcing election,
yes, it will have gone now.
the election would have gone. Announcement would have been made.
Yes.
And it would have been difficult for him to recall.
To recall, yes.
Just imagine what happened in last jam. That eventually became like
an
internal sabotage.
It's an election.
And then they had announced results.
You've declared some people winner.
Would you have because you can't even recall the election. So I'm saying that again, that look, how difficult would this job be for Professor Amupitan, despite the laudable things that people have had to say about him? How difficult would the job be for him?
What Basakoti said about Amupitan is the same thing I said when Yakubu Mahmoud
was appointed.
Because I met him personally when he was chairman of Third Fund. I could recall, in fact, he was the one that took me to governor's house in Port Harcourt when Rotimi Amaechi was the governor. He was the one that took me there. What happened was that I was fronting for the school that I lectured, that we merited to have Third Fund, that a lot of big schools
were getting the funds.
They were getting the fund, and we needed it.
Even more than some of the schools that were getting a lot of the money.
And even those people that deal the SSQ, I told them they should not overload it. Let it be something realistic.
Now you can defend.
That can defend. And through Alhaji Waheed Kadiri, I got his number and I sent a text. He said, you can't see me now. I'm not in Abuja. I'm in Port Harcourt. If you can come to Port Harcourt with your SSQ.
He was in charge of Third
Fund. He was the chairman of the Third Fund. And I went to Port Harcourt. In fact, I went to his hotel. We met him. And I said, see, I have an appointment with the governor of Rivers State as regards Rivers State University. Maybe we should all
go there.
And that's why we went there. I was there when he was telling Amaechi that if he leaves as the chairman of Third Fund, Rivers State will collect Third Fund money, but they will never collect again. That the one they collected, they have not given the account
of what they collected.
What they even said they want to use it for, they are not.
So you are saying even Mahmoud Yakubu was a very decent,
man. Yeah. That's why that being decent
is not enough.
It's not enough. It's different from when you don't get a public office like INEC chairman. Fine, you can be on your way. Somebody that is a former dean, pro chancellor of.
You can maintain your decency.
You can maintain your decency because everything is within you. Whatever you are not going to do, you are not going to do it. Whatever you want to do, you do it.
But what of INEC?
But the one of INEC, it goes beyond that, because you are going to work with devils. Devils are going to approach you. There is no way you are not going to touch the tail of devils. In fact, if you said you have somebody that is celestial in nature, you will see Shaitan, the devils, incarnate, that will make sure they put it on your doorsteps. On this particular professor, in fact, like 2 or 4 people of his former students that I've spoken to, in fact, there is none of them that gave him less than 95%. In terms of character, competence. In terms of competence, and it shows the kind of personality that he has been carried along. But on this particular INEC,
on this job, this one we just come.
one of the terrible people you can work with in Nigeria.
Our politicians.
In fact, it's better to work with robbers. Those people that are involved in crime so much than working with politicians. Politicians are the ones that will slaughter that you don't see blood in their mouth. And these are the people that this man coming from a sane environment is coming to deal with in an insane environment. So what the man just have to look into after his confirmation, which is definite, that is going to be confirmed.
Something
nothing will not happen. With a lot of things, he has caused a lot of hurdles.
Some people have gone to court saying that he was a lawyer to APC.
A lot of
the member of the defense team.
And we know those people that even be. He should have the mind, and Nigerians, he should have that one. Then two, he should be able to know that the institution is coming into INEC is a rotty institution. He should put it in his mind. He should not tell anybody. Just put it in his mind that no, I'm going to clear a lot of mess. A lot of mess. Look, there are some of INEC commissioners that are good, some resident commissioners that are good, but there are some at the bottom level. Those people that call the shots in different, and they are still there. In fact, some of them, they are careers officers there. They are going to be there until they retired.
And you have to work,
and they are not on appointment, and then you are going to work with them.
No, really, sorry, Joseph. I'm going to still come back to you. How do we protect this prof? It looks like a fantastic man who will deliver, but again, it's dependent on how he's able to deal and work with.
Joseph will give him police.
It could be a police. Police is part of the
problem. How do we protect? How do we help this man to deliver on the job?
I think for me, if you have any appointment in Nigeria, the first thing that for me I would advise you should know that Nigeria is a system that doesn't have a system.
Okay.
Just know that we are operating a system that
it does not really exist. We pretend to have the system, but it does not really exist. Yes.
The little I dig about this man, the former ASU chairman, Dr. Lazarus, said this man is a very fantastic individual. The current ASU chairman, not say ASU national president, is he calling from Professor Chris?
Yes.
Is he calling from University of Jos?
Yes.
So you now look at it, I was just thinking, I think there should be something that is
about the school,
about that school that make them to only have
great
have
their own at the top,
But now come to INEC. INEC is a place that you will see everything, every character that is you may not. You will see the angel that's very close to God. You will see a person that even devil can be learning under the person. You see people with average and the rest of them, but the issue
where is Barrister's friend? The man that announced results even before the election finished.
Don't travel.
He's also
he's in Cameroon.
And he's also a lawyer.
I think
Ari or something.
Ari.
I forgot. I would get. One thing that
part of the problem.
It's part of the problem, and he's a lawyer too.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, he also attended UniJos, have you?
So
no. I think it was the law school that you guys attended.
Yeah, we met.
Well, I'm sure.
What I'm saying that you should know that it's coming to a system that doesn't have a system in this. The guys in INEC, some of them, as I told you, some politicians have list of people. Just
they planted people there. That's what you are saying.
And you cannot remove them. You can't. It's going to be very tough for you to remove some of them. Secondly,
have been planted into the institution.
Recently, something happened in UNILAG. You know they do their posi TM research.
After Rofo.
It become not only Rofo.
They messed it in a problem.
No, they said that, I was just listening to someone. You disqualify a student, but it's just no evident. The VC or they just
there's a problem.
That the exam is not, something is wrong.
And then
you don't know how
to solve the problem. Just disqualify everybody.
So just disqualify. And because of we have a system.
Is it not a CBT issue? Because I have someone that had a very good JAMB score. She did her post-UTME, and because of this problem, she's now deciding to go to a private university. She can't wait.
I have a lot of students who wrote their exam in their home. They have been disqualified. Nothing
without any reason.
No reason. And it's only in Nigeria that it can happen.
So you are trying to talk about the problem with the system.
The system doesn't have even like the VC, all of them, they are confused.
So a post UTME exam has become problematic.
It's seriously problematic because the people there, they don't know that they come to a system that doesn't have
any system. Really.
So if you did not know that, that's the first problem. But if you're already aware that you come to a system that doesn't have a system,
so you go on
then
that.
You now sit down. And this man that a lot of people talk about him, the former JAMB registrar, Professor
Debu. Yes.
See, who were doing? I was more on education on another platform.
Yeah.
Following him. I know how many people that during the exam period, during the day, they will arrest during the exam period because the man know that there are some people who are always there to sabotage the system. He now brought some individual who he did not announce to
them
people that as soon as you are touching the website, the system will
trigger.
So there was a day I'm aware of that they come and arrest someone at Lɪධᴇ here who were trying to tamper with
the system.
With the system. We understand it because the man know that this.
Barrister.
I think that it has got, first of all, it's starting when it's confirmed it's going to start a job on top of an organization that has a huge credibility problem with Nigerians. But there's not much he can do. But the little that they can do should first of all start within the organization. The last election would have been one of the best if we weren't for the glitches that we had.
That was
He needs to expand the capacity of the system of INEC to be able to receive
and make it efficient and effective.
He needs to get people that he can trust. You see, the Kenyan presidential election was going on very well. It was sabotage from the computer room. And you know that guy was killed, the guy in the computer room.
Yes.
And the Kenyan Constitutional Court had to void that election. That was exactly what happened in this country the last election. Those who were in the computer room sabotaged that election. Now, Prof needs to know those who have been in that place and how they came into INEC.
And create.
Because you see, part of the problem is that he doesn't get to appoint the key personnel that will work with him.
Yes.
He cannot just appoint people that work with him.
The chairman of INEC basically announces the result.
They bring the results for him.
Because they bring the results.
He doesn't collate.
The result he never gathers.
In fact, he doesn't conduct.
He doesn't even conduct.
He doesn't collate.
He doesn't collate.
All he does is that the commissioners will come from their state.
Submit.
And where he has.
And that's where the problem is.
Where he has problem of the figures not tallying, he says to them, please
go and do it again.
Work your figure and come back. So, but I think that of major concern to people is the fact that the president is the one who gets to appoint.
Yeah, which
choose to go out deliberately to favor them. Where there are areas where you think you can push the envelope to the edge without crossing, you would do that.
You want to do it.
Remember what former governor of Cross River said to Naduk? He said, when INEC commissioners are posted to the states,
and then first receive them,
they come to you and say, Your Excellency,
as the governor, we don't come.
I've come to pay homage. And then you say to him, where do you live?
I don't
have a house, I don't have a car. Then it calls the chief of staff.
Get this man a house.
Please get him a house.
A very befitting, comfortable one.
A cook, and then a car. And then tomorrow he comes back and he says, Your Excellency, thank you for all the help you have rendered to me.
How about fueling the car?
But very soon we'll be recruiting INEC staff, ad hoc staff. Can you give us some people? And then he said, that's not a problem. He calls the chairman of the party. And said,
give us a list from our boys.
The chairman of the party is going to bring the list of party members.
And then they give it to the man.
And they give it to the man and he does it. So for him, he can claim that he doesn't know their party members. But all he did was he went to the governor to thank him.
But when he was telling the governor, oh, do you have people? What was he expecting?
The governor is the governor of the state, not his party chairman.
They can push. That's what I'm saying, that they can push the envelope to the edge without crossing the edge. Okay? So, but all we are praying and hoping that his personal qualities will shine and that he will develop the courage to stand up to these people. There's very little that he can do.
He can do, really.
Even as much as I criticize the last INEC chairman.
Yeah, President Yakubu.
But I also said so many times that there was nothing much he could have
done.
Now, if you saw the kind of reception the goodbye reception he got when he was leaving, you will know that within that organization, the people also felt he was a good man.
And they knew probably all the challenges that we may not have been aware of.
We may not have been aware of. Ferocious politicians, you know, the kind of things, the manipulations that they do.
Even within the system.
level that they do it. And you know, now that it's even going to be more difficult because he's a senior advocate. He knows the boundaries of the law.
He knows the boundaries of the law.
He knows what INEC can do and what INEC cannot do. And so you probably be saying...
But Barrister, don't you think our politicians... I was listening to this very notable lawyer, very popular with election matters, senior advocate of Nigeria, Wole Olanipakun, and he was saying that, look, we are not even in the general election year.
Yeah.
And the courts are still inundated with political matters.
Some of them from 2023.
They are still there.
Running through the system.
As a party to the suit.
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
There was an election petition that eventually was resolved in favor of the petitioner who spent only 2 months in the Senate before that tenure ended. And this is why I have called for some certain reforms. Reforms that would take the central INEC from conducting elections. But then, where is the moral backbone
to have that happen?
To conduct this election at local levels.
With the SEC that we are seeing. You know the SEC is supposed to be a model.
You see, that's why our problems are multidimensional. When you identify a problem in Nigeria
and try to solve the problem,
you provide a solution. That solution becomes another problem in 2 weeks.
Then you need another solution to solve that one problem.
So that's why we have multiple agencies
because again,
and not solving the same.
Just to buttress what you have said, Barrister, when the idea of state independent electoral commissions were to come, it was part of the devolution of power. Let the states conduct their local government election. But look at the problem with
the governors have hijacked those.
Let me give you another example.
I'm with you, sir.
Because of the abuse of police personnel.
Police personnel, yes.
The IG set up called a escort or something that monitors deployment of police. These guys are on Federal Express. If they see a policeman traveling with any vehicle, they will stop him. You have to show your paper, right? Now that people now they can't turn to a gunje pass.
Even the one that they say they should monitor. So we solve a problem, create multiple problems.
At times I just look at this incoming INEC chairman, and one of the things that goes to my mind is that the man needs to spiritually needs to be strong. And I know the reason why I'm saying this, because these politicians, they just operate physically.
They are spirit themselves.
Even they are spirit themselves. So one thing that he needs to do is this. Thank God that he's a senior advocate of Nigeria.
He knows the law.
And he's not just a lawyer of yesterday. Because looking at the years that he was senior advocate, it shows that he's a teacher.
In 2014.
Yeah, so it shows that he's a teacher of many lawyers. We don't want to have a situation in which a court will give an order. Because that is one of the demerits of the
outgoing
chairman. Because one of the demerits, although in Nigeria you see 3-4 courts of the same jurisdiction that will give orders that are conflicting, and that one will
because
not be
even on the issue of, I think it was which of the states, which of the parties, the AA, you see that INEC has responded.
Yes, now
that there's no contempt of court. Yes.
What are you even saying? We're talking about a country where judges of coordinate jurisdiction will give a judgment, even when it has to do with party administration.
Yes.
Who are the leaders of the party. And sometimes the judgments are so bland
that you don't even know how to interpret
the political parties and the parties
will now begin to interpret
whatever they want.
And then INEC needs to take a decision.
I need to take a decision within a short time.
And in taking that decision, there comes the pressure from the political class.
And the other pressure point for INEC
is
that INEC has to supervise meetings of political parties.
Yes.
So which meeting do you go to?
Like what happened in 괏ᴜᴜ.
Which ESCO do you recognize?
INEC was unnecessarily dragged into a situation. INEC conducted a primary election in 괏ᴜᴜ for the senatorial district.
Yes.
And then after the president of the Senate went contested for president, withdrew, he came back, and then they had to conduct another election
to allow him come in.
Yeah, so these are all the reforms.
I think
I think we should be praying for Barry. For Professor.
We need to pray for him.
Another challenge that the chairman have is, it's very difficult that they give you an appointment it's almost like 99% of the staff that work with you are appointed and give to you.
No,
Yes,
we just
naturally
mentioned
now.
he's not appointing his own people.
It's going to be very, very tough because sometimes before you even finish what you want to do, they are already passing
we have two issues here now.
The person that sent them there.
Unlike, for example, when Professor Ishaq Oloyede took over JAM, it was more of internal problem that he needed to resolve. Yes, he met people there, but he had to create a structure.
If I tell you, during when he was the vice chancellor of Unilorin, he was the president of all vice chancellor in Nigeria. In fact, at the time in West Africa, what he now did is that when he was taking there are some guys that he lectured them, he taught them, they work with him in Unilorin, he picked some.
Yeah, he brought them in there.
He just picked, you understand now, to rebus. If not because of that, upon that, sabotage still happen, but they could be able to identify
let's
them.
move by sides because again there's still a lot on the table. You know, sometimes you go into these issues and you really want to dig and delve into them properly. It's still Political Roundtable Mainland 98.3 FM.
No matter what happens,
Yes.
it's a great Nigerian.
No, he's done very well by all standards. You know, yeah. Well, let's just hope that the external and internal issues with our elections, Professor Joash Amupitan will be able to.
Not spiritual.
You want to do that personally now.
Because even internally there are spiritual problems. Externally there will be spiritual problems. So let's continue to pray for him. He's a good man from all we've heard about him, and we hope that he maintains that reputation all through the period he's in charge of INEC. People are defecting, Barrister Curtis Adigba. The PDP, you know, Dino Lai said that the PDP is dead. And we are told that, well, maybe because he's moving to the ADC, of course, he's a political prodigy of Atiku Abubakar. Maybe that's why he decided to use the word dead. You know, but we have a situation where more governors from the PDP are leaving the party.
One at least now for the 14th.
Yeah, because again, barring a last-minute delay, Barrister Nuruddin Joseph Olonsho, 3 opposition governors. 3. That's the report we have.
Who and who?
3 opposition governors, including Governor Peter Mbah of Enugu State.
That one is already announced.
Because they've already dismantled the state structure.
No, we have to see it happen.
They don't dismantle state structure without something going to happen.
I know, but I let it happen. But we know that it's going to happen because again, Enugu Governor Peter Mbah is almost 99% confirmed.
I say the date has been set, 14th of October.
So, you know, and then Diri of Bayelsa State is also on the list. In fact, the initial report we got was that his own defection to the APC would happen before that of Peter Mbah. But what we also hear now is that it will happen this week. The 2 of them the 2 defections will happen this week. So, and there are enough evidence to show that those 2 governors, one from the southeast, one from the south, will be leaving the PDP for the APC. In fact, APC caretaker chairman in the state, that's in Enugu State, Dr. Ben Nwoye, revealed in Abuja that Mbah will formally defect on Tuesday, October 14. So like Barrister is saying, it's confirmed. We just have to wait to allow it to happen. But the PDP is saying that there's no cause for alarm. They are still solid.
They still have weekend PDP.
You know, the PDP National Publicity Secretary is saying that, look, everybody can defect, but the party will remain. By Curtis Adigba, where are we with this? We'll do this very fast so that we can talk about Cameroon. Our neighbors are having their presidential elections today. And you know, yes.
Some Nigerians are participating in that election.
So I'm with you, Barrister.
I think the issue is more about branding now.
When you say branding,
I think people no longer see the PDP brand as viable. And as one
the politicians within the PDP.
Yes, within the PDP. And then there is also the conscious strategy of southern politicians that in view of what is happening in the north right now, there's the need to coalesce the support of southerners behind the president. Okay, and so there is this attempt by politicians within the ruling party telegraphing these sentiments on the need for governors of the entire southern region to coalesce behind the president, because they feel that if they can deliver the south to the president, you have 17 southern states. If you can get the president the 17 southern states, the president is going to battle it out in the north central. Not central, precisely. Not in the northeast as much, and the northwest, where the opposition to his presidency is the strongest. So I think that's the strategy. But then there are minefields around the president, and that was why last week we criticized the attempt made by Biya Onanuga to take on President Jonathan. Because, for instance, if President Jonathan decides to risk whatever it is
to run,
you will see that will complicate the matter for the president in the southern states, because the south states, where Jonathan comes from, will support Jonathan. The southeastern states will support Jonathan, and this is not even saying, this is not factoring Peter Obi
in the calculation.
Now, but again, we are also making some assumptions. And those assumptions, especially one of these assumptions, is that once a governor moves to a political party, that party will win that state. But we saw that in 2015.
Even in 2023.
Yes, we saw that.
Most of the governors could not deliver their states.
Yes.
Now, you saw that even Hope Uzodimma, the chairman of the Progressive Governors Forum.
But when it came to presidential election, he could not deliver.
The political dynamics are different. The optics are different.
Even Sanwo-Olu could not deliver Lagos.
He couldn't deliver Lagos. But he won his own re-election, which became a huge problem for him, which meant that he didn't work harder. Now, the point here is this. And then there is also the angle of when you join the ruling political party, your economic vandalism or sins are also forgiven. Because nobody is going to prosecute you. And even if they are willing to prosecute you, it's done with half measure. Like what you are seeing in the case of Yᴏᴜᴜ. We saw the theater around his own corruption case, how he was hiding, how eventually he got order of court not to be arrested. Eventually he came to court. Now what is happening? Nothing is basically happening. The man comes to court smiling like a celebrity.
I think he even got a fourth wife.
Yes.
Recently.
Yes.
You know, and he's more powerful now. In fact, people say that Ododo's term is his third term in the state. So these are all kind of issues coming together. But I think the most important issue is that we do not have men and women of principle in our politics. One of the cardinal 7 sins are morality. Politics without principle.
Without ideology.
Someone like Diri, he has no reason whatsoever.
I was wondering because he's not looking for second time. He's a second-time governor.
He's a second-time governor. And even the circumstances that he came to power, he lost an election.
Yes, he was not the deputy governor of
David
Leon.
David Leon
wake over the guy,
black and blue.
And it was just the grace of God.
So, and then he won re-election again on the same party platform,
the PDP.
So the question is,
why is it defecting?
Now, one of the most effective governors, I think, in Nigeria happens to be Peter Mbah
of Enugu State.
Yes. And he did it on the ticket of the PDP. But now you are going to hear the argument on the 14th that one of the reasons why he's dumping the PDP is because, one, he wants to take Enugu to the center.
No, they are even saying that, Barrister, the Deputy National Chairman, South, of the APC, saying that's Ema Eneoku, said the development marks the return of the Southeast to national relevance.
I'll tell you.
They're already saying it.
Linking it with the center.
he said, we will no longer play second fiddle. With Enugu in APC, the Southeast has found its voice again, he declared. Party leaders believe that the move will decimate PDP's influence in the region, open the floodgates for defections in Anambra, Abia, and give APC strongest foothold yet in the Southeast. So they say, look, it's about aligning with the center.
They always manufacture reasons. Now, we've seen that argument in play. The Delta State governor moved from the PDP to the APC. How has Delta fared better?
No.
Than when it was in the PDP. do you understand what I'm saying?
Have they gotten more projects?
The same PDP. Yeah. So I think it's the person, like Elizabeth Warren said, personnel is policy.
Not the policy.
No,
itself.
personnel is policy. The quality of the personnel determines the quality of the policy
and
that
its effectiveness.
It's not about political party. In fact, there are governors who are on the ticket of APC and they are sleeping just like there are some ministers. And there are governors who are on the ticket of other parties and
who are doing well.
Are doing well.
Yes.
But this desire for streamlining or to be aligned with the center is just a political excuse.
But barrister, I also want us to, and Joseph, pay attention to this. Dr. Ben Nwoye, who is the APC caretaker chairman in Enugu State, has said something I want us to pay attention to. He said, look, political evangelism has started. We went to the governor. Because again, people say, oh, are the governors the ones reaching out to the APC, or the APC is the party reaching out to them? But here, the what's it called, the APC caretaker chairman in Enugu State, Dr. Ben Nwoye, is saying that look, I'm wondering.
Look, they sell foodstuffs in Ileko markets.
Yes.
They sell in Ketu. They sell in Sunday market in Ogba. These markets are markets. But the types of customers are different. There are some certain governors, because APC wants to enlarge the coast
in the south,
they are going to approach them. There are some certain committee that is in charge of that evangelism. But there are some. But there are some.
Yes.
It is not APC that is going to them. There are some that the one, for their own personal reasons known to them, they are the one that is taking their markets.
So for Peter
Mbah, because one thing there is that, look, Enugu is so significant to Southeast. Is at the center of the Southeast. So it means something. Then too, the performance of that governor. You know, one thing there is that if APC has Enugu, whether APC is going to win there at the presidential level or not, what it means is that they have +1. That is their calculation. And another thing again is this. My worry with this movement, especially in the south and also in the north, is this: politicians should not create. They've divided us. We agree, as Nigerians, they divided us in political, in religious line, whatever. They should not create problem in which that the northern people, they are doing their own canvassing. They want to be in, everybody will face one way. Southern Nigerians also will face one way, and it now become a total, because ordinarily politics is about dividends. If you can give dividend in your own state, in your own geopolitical zone, people are going to follow you. So they should not create a division that is so feasible,
that will divide Nigeria.
That will not divide Nigeria. It's so much important, because what it means is this: you will see somebody like Diri. You are in second term.
They said the reason why he has not moved is that the APC leadership in the state are still not, just like we have it in Osun, are saying that, look,
no, I believe it's because the national has not want him to decamp. Look,
even the APC Osun rejected Adeleke.
Even if the one in Osun,
yes,
if the president wants him, do you think Commissioner will say no?
What is even the value that Diri brings to APC?
I still a state.
Because
it's a state. It's a state.
He's still a governor, and barrister, he's making the numbers.
Let me tell you what is happening right now in Akwa Ibom. It's a difficult proposition.
Problem for the governor.
For the governor.
For Pastor Omoeno, yes.
There are states that are so entrenched in PDP column that it will take so much to price them out. The governor may squeeze and win, but can it deliver to the president? And you see, we are not talking about political parties in the sense that you have a huge collection of people identifying with political parties. What they do is that they just trust that on election day or the night before the election, they take funds and distribute and buy certain groups of people.
They've got the deep pocket to bring out the numbers.
To go and vote. Now, whichever way you look at it, it's not healthy for our democracy.
I was going to get there.
And I don't understand why politicians can't see what we see.
The dangers we are seeing.
Because PDP was almost like this. You recall?
Yeah.
PDP promised to dominate our politics
for 60 years.
And they did everything possible. In fact, the struggle to pick the PDP ticket was fiercer than the normal election to win an election.
Because the party was...
Because they believe that once you have the PDP ticket,
you are home and dry.
Winner.
Yeah.
So we are seeing it with the APC too now.
And this is exactly what is happening with the APC. But again, it's not yet Uhuru. And I say this to people. As you dissolve the state executive council
so that the governor can come
party,
in.
so that the governor can come in and become the natural leader, you're also creating pockets of disagreement here and there. That we move towards election, you're going to see movement in and movement out.
People dissolve and they align.
It's not just going
like
to be
we are seeing it in Akwa Ibom. You can see that there are people who say, look, you can't continue to control the APC and still want to come and control the PDP.
And you know the funniest thing, majority of typical politicians in Akwa Ibom.
Yes.
Typical one. What I mean by typical, they are not on appointment too, but they are typical politicians.
Their soul is still in the PDP.
They are already aligning together now, not to be with the APC. So it's going to be a very big battle.
I don't even understand
big battle
why the governor
in Akwa Ibom
cannot even learn from Akpabio's experience. Akpabio, as the governor, former governor of the state,
two-term governor, very powerful and influential.
Uncommon governor.
Ran for the Senate after he defected, he lost.
He lost.
Even when the court nullified.
Okay, come and do the rerun.
He refused to.
He said no, he doesn't.
This humiliation too much, Joseph.
Oga Fuad, I think for me, I said it here and I will say it again. Dear President, when you talk of making king, it's a kingmaker, give it to him. But when a kingmaker in my village, when a kingmaker become a king,
yes,
you always see a lot of gap. Because he's not seen.
He's not seen from the point of being a kingmaker. He's now the king, yes.
If you look at the permutation that is going on, because we don't trust what may go on in the
2027,
north.
Yeah, okay, in the north, okay.
Yes, let's
consolidating on the south.
Entire south. The north, who are like political professors, you understand it? They are reading the whole thing,
too now.
and they are equally working. They may not talk.
When you say the north, barrister, because again, when we use this blanket statement, we're talking about the political elite now.
The north has 3 zones.
Okay.
The north central, 6 states.
6 states.
The northwest, 7 states. The northeast, 6 states.
For each of these 3 regions, they have distinct interests in the political space. Or you think their interests are aligned in any way? So when we use the north, what exactly, which part of the north?
Their interests are intertwined.
Intertwined? Are they completely aligned?
No, you can't have a complete alignment. Even tires don't completely align.
So, but you are saying the 3 regions in the south.
Yes.
No, sorry, in the north.
Now that's what I said. That the weak point right now in the north is the north central.
North central, yes.
Because you have diversity of religion and you have diversity of opinion. For instance, the president tactically and strategically picked the national chairman of the party.
I was going to
from that.
He's been giving a lot to the north central now.
Meanwhile, when he was distributing the positions,
he said it was lopsided. The north central was
north central got nothing.
Yes. But they are getting a lot now.
From being deputy speaker Wase, the last dispensation, and from the position they had in the Senate and all of that, they lost everything.
Everything, yes.
And the president said, "Don't worry." Even the chairmanship of the party, Abula Adamu, he took it away from the north central
and gave it to the northwest.
But now he's brought him personally to Plateau State to attend the funeral of the mother of
Nantawi,
the chairman.
Yes.
It's also a strategic move. And right now, if you listen to the political narrative in Plateau State, it's beginning to shift. That we never thought that this man is coming to look at our people the way he's done now. So you can
even
see
the governor of Plateau State now wants the first lady.
When you go to Benue, there is also the ferocious attempt going on in Benue through the secretary to the government of the federation, Akume. In fact, we're told that the governor has been told that he's not a politician. He should not seek
let the politician play the politics.
Okay. So you see, and Kogi, Bello is
Ododo,
on the hook.
Yeah.
Using Ododo, it could get a soft landing by saying, if you help to deliver
we'll deliver the state for you, Mr. President.
So you understand? Yeah. Now, I think that the biggest challenge that they face right now,
that's the APC.
Is in the southeast. And if you look at the history and the way and the pattern and the manner the Igbos have been voting,
they might not change that their voting pattern.
They are more of the PDP. The only time they broke away from the PDP recently was when Obi stood as a candidate. And so the challenge, and that's why you see this attempt trying to capture the governors, not the people.
Capture the governors first.
In the hope that the political structure that produce these governors
will also deliver for the president.
They also, even if it doesn't win the state,
at least give them a very good number.
25%.
And do you think that's that calculation?
Yeah, but it's a bit dangerous. Why it is dangerous?
Dangerous for who now?
Dangerous for the APC.
The people that want to win.
Yes. Why is it dangerous? Is this Oga Fuad?
Yes.
As you know that the governors and many citizens in those states, some of them, they are operating between Cameroon and Australia. They feel that this governor.
You think they may not be able to deliver?
No. That general election may be a very surprising issue for us because people want to say, okay, before the president came in, a lot of he has done a lot of things in Lagos, going to Abuja, this opportunity. Now they are going to work on his performance. What has he done in terms of education?
So you think that having the governors does not necessarily mean have good numbers in the state?
There are so many states that are very Republican.
No, it does, and I'll tell you this. Sometimes, you see, what people don't understand is in politics, it's almost impossible to defeat an incumbent.
It's also tough.
It's very, very difficult because they can generate sympathy tanks with resources all over the state.
With resources, the key word there.
What you must understand is that the narrative already is shaping up. The political narrative is shaping up. The problems that Buhari could not solve in 8 years, you don't expect
Tinubu to solve it in 4 years. That's always the narrative anyway.
Do you understand?
The 60 years PDP destroyed everything. How do you expect Buhari to just solve the problem in 4 years?
It's just like Liberian said. Ganke came and Mama came and Papa must go. Because sometimes what you can't deal with, you just permit to let go. There are those who, look, Liberians didn't vote for Charles Taylor because they loved him, but they know that the consequences
of not voting for him. Yeah.
So they say whether he came or he came let him just win and go.
So and there are people who are already saying, let this president just do his 8 years.
And then the South, but then on the flip side,
yes,
you have strategies who are saying, okay, we won't take it away from the South.
But we'll bring in Jonathan, for example.
We will bring another candidate.
At least that candidate.
We are sure
that we are not more than 4 years.
And we also divide the vote even in the South.
And that's why you see Jonathan now. He's become very vocal. He's attending more events.
But he has not said he wants to run.
But it's not him now. People are.
Well, you know the water that brings the biggest fish doesn't come.
Now, JJ, they do.
When it comes,
you land.
But another thing before we leave on this matter is this. I think it's a high point that Nigerians, who are going to be the receivers, should also not sleep.
Okay.
They should
pay attention to
these things. They should pay attention to all these things. And they should be measuring the performance of every governor in their various states. They use their life as a yardstick. Under this particular governor, is my life better? What have I gained from the governor?
So that when the governor is saying,
so when he says vote for, you must consider yourself. This is the time for every Nigerian to be selfish. This is the time for every voter to be selfish, because these politicians
not selfish to go and collect money.
No, what I mean by being selfish is that you have to look at yourself.
Yes.
Is public institutions, am I benefiting from them? Which hospital this governor provided? Which road can I see? What is the environment looks like? The area of security.
My living standard has improved.
So by the time everybody is being selfish of that, automatically, as governors are selfish, also Nigerians should also be selfish too.
We have a lot of problems in Nigeria. One of the biggest problems that we have is even how our government spends money. You know that government can spend 10 billion on something that shouldn't take $1 billion.
Of course.
And you still not get the quality.
Yes.
It might not even complete the job.
But you know what? The people will be so appreciative of what they have done. I saw a picture before coming to this place. I think someone tweeted, I don't know who was that person, talking about the fact that yes, Wike is building roads and bridges in Abuja. But the schools in Abuja are terrible.
Terrible. Teachers have even gone on strike in Abuja.
And you know what my position is? It aligns with Joe Biden, the wife of President Biden. You know, she's a professor.
On the issue of education, yeah.
She says that if they out-educate us, they will out-develop us.
If they out-educate us,
yes,
they will definitely out-develop us.
The roads you are building, the bridges you are building, the flyovers you are building,
and you are not educating the people.
The human capital to keep them and sustain
educated mind, enlightened minds.
They will soon go away. if all you have are those who will look for nuts and bolts under the bridge,
or even remove the covert or cut the railings away,
or the highlighter on the road to say there's mercury inside.
I say I build this road, they remove all the coverts and they will remove it.
All the solar lights, they will remove everything.
So they will remove it. So all right, it's still political roundtable mainland 98.3 FM. We'll go to Cameroon. By Sakoti Sadigba.
Your friend, Paul Biya.
Voting is today. And I think by now, if we operate on the same time zone, voting should be closing in Cameroon as we speak. Because again, 92-year-old Paul Biya, the world's oldest serving head of state president, is expected to win.
Who doesn't know his location? In fact, he doesn't even know an election is going on.
I'm sure he doesn't know whether
no, he doesn't even know. Because when you saw, look, this is an election
yes,
that is going to be conducted,
yes,
ran for, and won by his wife, Chantal.
Who is the one majorly coordinating everything. Yeah.
Chantal is ADC, chiefs of security. This is not about Paul Biya.
The man has gone empty.
This is a proxy contest.
The wife.
A contest to keep these guys in power. You remember what happened in Nigeria when Yar'Adua was sick?
And it took days.
When then his ADC, his wife, and then I think the then Minister of Agriculture, they
kept it away from
the kitchen cabinet. It wasn't about Yar'Adua at that point. It was about keeping themselves relevant in the power loop. And that's exactly what is going on. Paul Biya, of course, we saw him when he went to the United Nations General Assembly.
Not even knowing what's going on.
Where he was supposed to deliver a speech. He didn't even know where he was. He had to be told that it's his turn to speak.
Now you and you days
even to walk.
No problem.
Now, that also reminds me of the Deputy Prime Minister in Uganda. 86.
Now Uganda Deputy Prime Minister.
This Paul Biya that you are talking about, the day he wanted to sign to contest, he was in a bus. Is it bus I will call that one or a car? That they brought this.
You know, barrister. If he wins, if Paul Biya wins, which is almost certain from, although this is like a killing contested.
Which kind of killing contested?
Okay, you are saying the wife now.
If Chantal
wins, yeah. Because again, that would mean that look, it will be extending his grip on power for over 43 years.
Yes,
he's been there since 1982. So you see that about 80% of people who are eligible to vote, who will be voting in this election, have known Paul Biya as their president ever since they were born.
I met a young man in the Oriental Hotel when he came for our African Association of Political Consultant meeting. And he is running for president in Uganda. Yᴏᴜᴜ Museveni became president the year he was born. You understand? And the only president he has known all his life
is Museveni. The same thing Paul Biya.
You see,
young Cameroonians say since they were born, they've known him as their president. Bobby Wine, yes.
We tried to take over power. He won that election. But again, we talk about the system. The system ensured that Yᴏᴜᴜ Museveni is still in power. And again, you say that Paul Biya is going to win the election, not because the people are going to vote for him, but because the people around him and who control things will declare him the winner. And they have the instrument to compel people to accept the result.
Barrister Nuruddin Joseph, what do you think the problem is really? Because again, you ask yourself, I've listened to some of his ministers, Paul Biya's ministers. I think there was one minister for national geography or interior or something who was basically threatening people to say, look, if you are not happy with the results, stay in your house and cry. Don't come to the streets.
You know what?
Madagascar is in trouble as we speak.
Look, I will tell you this. The problem with Cameroon is that, you see, when you have every society that has developed through political elites or the elites in the society. They make the rules, they set the standards, and then they reach certain decisions about how the country should move forward. Now, what has happened in Cameroon is that because of the brutality of Paul Biya and the system
he has created for years,
the consciousness of the elites is, how do I feed into that system and benefit from it? It was like what was going on in Zimbabwe under Mugabe
before the system. Yeah.
If it wasn't that Mugabe promoted Ernest Mnangagwa to a top position,
yes,
and Mnangagwa pledged to keep Mugabe
the system
in power
running,
for
the structure
as
running,
long as is possible. But then there was a catch. When Mugabe moved to enthrone his wife,
And then the establishment said, no, this must not happen.
And then what happened? He sacked, then he died. So what is going on in Cameroon?
So where will that resistance come from in Cameroon?
It's not going to come from the people because
from the system.
They have tried it so many times. And lives have been lost so many times that the people have now become weary. That look, what can we really do? So what is going to happen is that when Paul Biya passes, just like what happened in Côte d'Ivoire.
So that succession will be a problem.
Yes. You know that when this guy died, when Félix Houphouët, the former president who built the Basilica, Félix Boigny, when he died,
yes,
there was a conflict between the speaker then. You know, the speaker of the Ivory Coast
Parliament,
National Assembly, Konan Bédié, and the Prime Minister Alassane Ouattara. Bédié succeeded, declared Ouattara a foreigner. In fact, he said he was from Malawi.
Ineligible to contest, yes.
And then what happened in the second election, the results were contested and General Bodgué struck by his coup. And Konan Bédié left the country
on exile.
And Alassane Ouattara stayed back, again was disqualified from contesting that election. Robert Gay only allowed the former president, Roland Gbagbo, a university professor whom he thought had no structure. To contest. That election that night was won by Gbagbo.
Yes.
Robert Gay struck again, and the Ivorians themselves took to the street
and resisted.
And there was a coup. Robert was killed in the process.
Gbagbo, yes.
You would think that Gbagbo
would now still come in and behave himself.
What did he learn from the system?
After his 10 years, he lost an election.
He said he
didn't want to leave the presidential.
The system pushed him out again.
He had to be pushed out.
Yes.
For Alassane Ouattara. The same Ouattara now is going for third term.
The man is amending the constitution of
to go for
third. See, that was the
he wants to be like a Paul Biya now.
You don't understand, sir. The same Ouattara has been struggling.
Yes.
And then you had a Gbagbo.
The one that they say was not even an
Ivorian who eventually made it. As we speak, even in Ivory Coast, there's a lot of protests going on because they now want to amend the constitution to create third term for Alassane Ouattara.
80-something year
old,
82.
But for me,
so what is the problem, Joseph?
You go Africa.
Yes,
Joseph,
for me,
you go to South Sudan, Salva Kiir. That one wee-wees on his body, he doesn't even know he's wee-wee.
And he doesn't want to leave. So look, we brought all of this. What is the problem with African leaders?
I think for me, as I've been the problem of African leader, I think for some time, whatever has happened, some of this you have to investigate who are the shadow party in this. We are in Cameroon. What is the position of France? Because when all this thing is going on, someone benefits. If they have a very sophisticated individual.
So you think we should blame France?
Yes, because
for France, the misbehavior of our political leaders?
See, if you know some of the African nation problem is some of the past colonial master, because some of they see in one way or the other they give them support. Some of those leaders who are not pushing them, they give them some of those support. If they want to, they can. The man can easily, who know whether his hospital is in France, and because they will create that environment from some of these individuals and ensure that
they remain in power.
They remain in power because the more they are there, the more they are there, the more they benefit.
You are right
from some of those things that
they
keep
them there.
Yes,
and then he lives majorly in Switzerland, where he has a presidential suite in a Hilton hotel reserved for him.
The same Paul Biya.
Yeah. So
and the reports are showing that.
In fact, when I visited my friend who took me around showed me the Hilton hotel
where Paul Biya is staying.
Permanent presidential suite reserved for him.
One thing there is this.
Of the same Cameroon.
I know that. Yes, I know the southern Cameroon that left Nigeria.
Part, yeah.
Some of them are saying that the thing there is this. Generally speaking,
African leaders.
Kini
problem gaga.
Look, one of the problem is this. Apart from maybe we said,
we can do a count.
They learn, yes.
Kind of people.
In fact, our own country, if not because
Baba said no, you didn't.
No, it's not because of Baba I'm talking about. If you look at from 1960 downward, there are some military men, if not because of crisis within their camp, whatever. If you go and check from all these 1966 downward, they are of the same camp. All of them, down to Babangida, they are of the same camp, even down to Abacha.
No, I think there's something that is going on. You know, following Africans' independence,
Yes.
you discover that most of the commencement leaders
Who started the independence
in Côte
government?
d'Ivoire, Félix Boigny Houphouët, in Ghana, Zambia, Lusaka,
Kwame Nkrumah, Ghana.
You have Kenneth Kaunda. In Tanzania, you have Julius Nyerere. These guys had no terms.
Yes.
They stayed for as long as they wanted.
Yes.
And then Africa embraced
democracy.
term democracy. And they
Fixed term democracy.
Yes, and they saw that after 2 terms,
I don't they go with that.
now
You don't finish with that.
like there's a movement back towards
the
that
old
again.
ways.
They want
Yeah.
to become monarchy.
You saw that in Rwanda now.
Yes. Paul Kagame doesn't want to leave.
Right now, as I tell you, in Chad, there is a move towards removing term limit from the constitution.
Constitution to allow you run for as long as you
I
want.
say all of them said
in
they
Togo,
want to turn to monarch.
but successful democracies are still exist in Africa, and I think
South Africa has been an example. Kenya has been another
Ghana is
example.
there's a country we don't really talk about, Barrister.
Ghana.
Our neighbors here, Benin Republic.
Benin Republic.
Yes.
They've always conducted elections. Have you had? What do you think? What do you think could be the thing about Benin Republic?
So
because I've seen presidents after presidents
This is why
go
again- No
transition
black
peacefully
no
in Benin.
problem.
This is why we talk about personnel. Something just happened in the Dominican Republic that people didn't pay attention. There's a president called Luis Abinader. Before he became president, he's been one of the votes. Got overwhelming majority in both houses of Congress. But amended the constitution in a way that diluted the power of his government and that of his political party.
Just to create
In the interest of the country.
in the interest of the country. So weakened.
Yes, he weakened the power of the president, weakened the power of the party
So putting up a legacy
for the people.
for the people
We have nominated him to win the Democracy Award
for what he has done.
of the IAPC.
So
By-
he's
by the
seen
way-
beyond himself.
Yes, by the way, last year, the current Nobel
Peace Prize winner.
winner, Maria Corina
Of
Machado,
Venezuela, yes.
we gave her the same Democracy Award in Toronto, Canada.
So it's not as if she did not do anything like Trump was
No,
saying. Yeah.
she is leading the opposition in Venezuela, and
Venezuela.
she is not the presidential candidate. And she is very strong.
Risking it all.
She's non-violent. She doesn't preach violence. And so the point I'm trying to make is that the countries that have developed, like the United States and all of that,
There was selflessness.
they had individuals
Leaders.
who decided to live for causes bigger than themselves. To say, no, we're building the future. And this is what we're
So
saying
they
today.
they saw the future of their country beyond their
Beyond
own personal
themselves.
interests. Yeah.
This is what we're saying to the new INEC chairman. You may come under attacks,
But stand for the truth.
you have got to keep your mind on legacy and the future of this country.
Okay, keep your mind on legacy and the future of the country by
quickly,
Curtis
Oga Fuad, but quickly,
Yes.
you know that some of this sit-down syndrome of some African
African
only
leaders.
happen in pocket of thing happen. No, this person will be stubborn. They will make sure that they become a stumbling block that any person that will be vibrant
Can
to
take
actually
over.
bring some needed change. They say no. They say this guy is coming. We
this
have
one.
an
So
independent.
it's
you will never get.
It's an African
You
thing.
will
can't
never
control
get
them.
any nomination for
I
anything.
want us to talk about this in 2 minutes. By Curtis and your people specially requested I will talk about Dave Umahi and his drama with Rufai. But that's not really the join the fray by also saying that, look, I'm an engineer. How would they ask you a very basic question, simple question as to what is the cost per is an estimated cost? An average cost. Just say this is the average cost instead of you beating around the bush. But Dave Umahi has also replied him, and he has said that, look,
It's a small boy.
I have a lot of respect for governors and the governors forum, but if the governor who is my junior in engineering and governance insults me, I will talk back. One thing I'm very good at is mathematics. You know, he said he's a professor in practice. I'm an A student in mathematics. Addressing the controversy over the per kilometer cost of the project, the minister explained that such figures could not be determined without considering design, variations, scope, and materials. And he has told Makinde, look, if you have any question, I respect you. I don't want to exchange words with you, but if you have any question, I'm your senior. I'm a senior in terms of governance, in terms of engineering. You are even just an electrical. But if you want a debate, you can see me. But Barrister, You think there's politics in this? And what do you think about Umahi and this is beautiful road?
You can't take politics from politicians. So there's got to be politics. Why is Makinde speaking? He wants to position himself as the alternative to Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
So he's just playing politics too.
Yeah. Don't forget that there's one controversy that this government has got to contend with in the coming election. This is the Coastal Road.
That Coastal Road.
And that road is as old as this administration. In fact, like I told someone, the presidential ink of inauguration had not even dried when that
Coastal Road started.
Was awarded. And it was not publicly quoted for. People didn't bid for it.
Yes.
It was given out according to the minister on the basis of competence. They just gave it to them. Everything about that road is shrouded in secrecy. Yeah. We don't know. Well, there are those costs of construction.
It might not be the same standard, barrister, just to buttress what you're saying. Yeah. Gazans are moving from southern Gaza to northern Gaza through the central part. And if you've seen the videos, that's a coastal road.
Yeah.
Yes. They've been moving.
The problem I have.
Upon the fight
people are talking as if a coastal road is one miraculous, one magical.
The problem that I have is that.
Because that's on the code.
He's been asked this question from
severally.
All the stations he had booked to go and interview. And I think that most of the time when the minister comes on TV, he comes for propaganda.
Yes. It doesn't even
prepare. If he makes 3 statements, there are 4 as President Tinubu in it. Now, he booked that interview.
Yes, people don't know. He booked the interview.
Let me tell people.
Not that they forced him to come and talk.
He begged for that interview.
Those comparing or try to hold Rufai and the minister to the same standard.
Same standard, yes.
I think it's disingenuous. First of all, the minister is a public servant.
Yes.
Who has out himself there as one of the performers. And he was out there to tell the public that they are doing a fantastic job, that this president deserves to be re-elected. He should be able to answer basic questions. Number 2, he's older than Rufai, like he said himself.
Yes.
Even if Rufai is unmeasured, the minister had an assignment on going on that TV. He should have just kept his cool.
After he can now go and complain to the management.
I've told people, I've been on that show 3 times. On the 3 occasions, they harassed me and all that, but I decided to be the adult in the room. So what I decided to do was to keep calm. They ramble. I said, look, at the point I said to them, did you bring me here to reaffirm your opinions? Or you wanted to hear mine? If you want to hear my opinion, then you have to allow me to speak. And then they allowed me.
You didn't go. You are too small. We had
the conversation.
But another thing again is that if you look at Umahi, you don't want thing there in life. That's why when you talk about leadership in Africa, I remember what Umahi suffered under the former governor of his state.
The Baba who didn't want him to be governor.
We didn't want him to be governor. I remember what he suffered
in Nigeria then.
You understand now?
He was the oldest governor.
Yes.
So the way he suffered, I don't believe that when he now get there, he's going to be so
Elechi. Yes,
so I didn't believe that he's not going to be so that arrogant.
Don't forget to.
In the works of Umahi, no matter any name some people want to give Rufai, that is their own. And one thing that I need to say on national radio is this: for people that are saying Rufai is not a journalist. Does people know that he has worked in radio for over a decade? The another thing again is this, that people should know. In the tone of Umahi, okay, look at the way he spoke to Makinde. You can disagree with whatever Makinde said without being rude, saying I'm your senior. What is senior in being a governor? For the fact that you are a governor, you can be a governor and still be foolish and still not be relevant with.
For me, 2 things. I will advise both every one of us in the media, the people that are coming to media house. I think occasionally we should be visiting our cognitive psychologists, so that they should be helping us, so that in case any fuse is trying to misbehave, quickly put it in order, so that we don't go
and mess ourselves up.
To go and mess ourselves up. That is what. Then secondly is, I think people should equally know too that this is our country. This is our country, Nigeria. We are looking for solution to the problem. We should not be like the politician by creating
more problem.
Another problem inside the problem. It will not help us. It will not take us to anywhere. Then the last one is, I think politicians should know. For example, if I want to do anything that involves legal issue, I should be able to go and meet Bryce Takotis.
Yes.
I say, this is what I want to do. Please, can you let's
Assist
quarrel
me, guide
in
me,
the table before we go to court, so that in case the ones they go to the witness box. Is it boss they call it now?
Yeah, witness box.
Yes. Then I will now mess a very smart lawyer.
You're a
there.
friend of police and you don't know boss.
Okay. I will not be there. I will mess up the whole thing. So I will advise, before you go to media house, sit with your media guys
to
in.
guide
Then
you.
tell them, let them know some of the banana
These
peels.
people are more
some
arrogant
things that
more
may
than what
come
you are
up.
saying.
Or
So that
just,
let's go
or
there.
just do the wicked thing. Just organize your
Organize, and you were the one
Organize.
to give
You know,
them
give
what
them
they-
Or better stay. Or better stay. Don't go to arrest him.
Or
so-
there are other
Don't mess
activities.
up yourself.
Because when you see Wicked, doing his media briefing,
He can say whatever.
no,
He has the
you know,
license.
if you are so observant, you see this guy 괰ᴜᴛ running the entire skelter,
now.
doing kuro. So a minister can do that too.
Yes.
Just do the Wicked style.
Give
Get
your
journalists to sit
envelope.
down with
Give
you.
your envelope.
I know.
I don't know
Ask
about
them not
I don't
to
know
ask
about
questions.
envelope.
Our listeners-
Not
They
to
want
ask
to ask you a
questions.
question. Yes, I'm with you,
I
Barrister.
know our listeners want to contribute.
Yes,
I think there's something to the
To
people.
you.
I'm only
Yeah.
accountable to the president,
president.
who appointed me. You heard that week from Wiki.
Wiki, yes,
Yeah.
When he was
I don't
challenged
care.
about those properties in Florida,
that-
he said, "Look, I don't care what
It is
anybody
only my
says.
principal.
It's only my principal.
It's only
the
my
president is
principal.
happy with me."
I'm okay.
As if it's the principal that
Well.
voted for himself. To
All
be
right,
there.
let's open the phone line. It's been a very wonderful conversation from talking about the new INEC chairman who is still going to have his day with the Senate. We've also talked about the defections. Signed and sealed is what we are hearing. The governor of Enugu State, Mr. Peter Mbah, will be moving. Like they said the signing is going on.
No,
People-
investigation is Tuesday.
So Tuesday is the day one more governor added to the fold of the APC. We are hearing of that of Diri. In fact, not just Diri. People are talking about the governor of Plateau State, who may also just go and join the APC
That one is
house.
also calculated.
So
But he's looking at the environment.
so a lot is still going to happen. But thank you so much. Nuruddin, thank you very much. Joseph Rocha, let's engage our callers. 09136000410. 09136000410. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Fuad.
Good evening, Pastor Amber.
Yes, I greet all of you in the studio.
The great you too.
Fuad, I don't know when you people started. Did you talk of the age of this INEC chair, this new INEC chairman?
Does it matter?
It does.
The age.
It does. Integrity.
When you say
Because-
integrity, yes.
When you say you got admission to go for your ND at the age of 15,
Yes.
that's not even 50 this thing. It means that you had even finished your secondary school before then. And you are coming into a situation where we need people with integrity, impeccable integrity. Because this is the man that appointed you. That's why, because of time. Let me tell you, all of these people who are defecting to APC, they can still, when it is closed, they will disappoint this man. Go and write it down. You will not understand, though. Some of like this man now that you are talking about now, some of these people now, this Duru, I don't know what it is.
That's Bayelsa.
Yes.
But the one that has been confirmed now is that of Enugu State, Peter Mbah.
That governor of Bayelsa, let me tell you something. He doesn't want EFCC to prove it. He is preparing ground. Everybody is working to himself, trying to deplete this economy of this country, working for themselves. I don't have much time because I know you have. The time is very little. So let me just put it that way. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor Ambrose. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
We are all INEC and the other citizens, members of the studio, a very good evening to all of you.
Yeah, good evening, Pastor Ambrose. Prince Wise, quickly, 1 minute.
My name is Prince Wise, greeting you from my Oshodi.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much. Number one, the INEC chairman, I want to tell you, in studying Nigeria, the theory of this country before you enter that position, it should be fair to every one of them. It should be the honorable man that no any player can entice with money. He should do his work to serve the country for the betterment of all of us. And secondly, the government moving to APC. It's a place issue. When you win a state, it doesn't mean you win the winner of that state, but you got 25% of that state, you are a winner. Look at the life of us. There are
That's right. So for me,
Twice. Hello, good evening.
hello, good evening, Mr. Fuad and your guest. I greet all of you.
We greet you too.
Thank you very much. This is Madam Bello Usman. I am calling you from Woodil, Kano State.
Kano, how is Kano, Malam Bello?
Alhamdulillah. Thank you very much.
All right, please go on, sir.
So, see, Nigerians have gone beyond either governor depends from one party to another or from another party to the other. Well, Nigeria are wise enough, I believe, I think so, and I also believe that. Then, let me tell you, come 2027, we speak louder than 2023 because I remember when the former presidential candidates of the Labour Party contested, they don't even have, yes, because they don't even have
no governor.
You don't even have councillor. So there are some polling units in Kano here. I don't even see his agent in some polling units in Kano State here, but he's called what he's called. But by the grace of God, some of these governors will be disappointed because the power are no longer belongs to them. The power belongs to Nigerians. So yes, come 2027, inshallah. May God be with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Malam Bello, all the way from Woodil in Kano. 09136000410. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Fuad.
Yes, good evening.
And the other gentlemen at the studio.
We greet you.
Dr. Prince from Ojo.
Yes, go on, sir.
Inside the political forests, there are different animals. Sometimes it is survival of the fittest. We are the observers. The politicians are playing their politics. But power belongs to God at the end of the day. The people who are defecting, the governors, are defecting for themselves. They are defecting for the voters. When the chiefs are down, we will tell them that there are learned voters in Nigeria. They can never derail all of us that way. Now, for the INEC chairman, honestly speaking, I don't see him fit for that job. In my mind, I don't want to go into a long analysis. The man is trying to, I don't know how he's going to wriggle out of also him already. But I don't see the boldness.
What is on him, Prince? Doctor?
Yes, he's a professor actually. But I don't see him being assertive and projecting the kind of transparency and credibility that is may be required of an INEC chairman.
Why do you say so? What have you seen about him? What gives you
I don't have the time now to go into a long analysis, but just mark my words.
Okay.
If it gets true, we still have some issues. Because if this time around.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Fuad and the rest of them. It's Mazi.
Oh, good evening, Mazi.
I greet everybody there. Joe, how are you there? I just want to pick something from what you have said.
Yes, sir.
The fear of going to Arise TV is the beginning of wisdom. Politicians, if you don't want to be asked some questions, don't go there. But having said that, the Enugu state governor trying to go there, they want a soft landing. All of them want a situation where they remember, come over to APC. Your sins have forgotten. Please. Yes. Now, on the issue of the new INEC chairman, I want to be clarified. Was he a member of the team that defended the president in 2020? He was not.
An emphatic no to that, yes. No.
That's right, so that one would not be making mistakes. Then, generally speaking, I remember also when the deputy speaker of the house said that APC must take over in Ada State. I am from Ada State, that you know. APC will never smell Ada State. Go and mark it. God bless you.
APC will never smell Ada State. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Oga Fuad. I greet you now.
I greet you, Malam Salau.
My name is Malam Salau.
Yes.
See, Oga Fuad, thank you. The man has a basket of knowledge. You talk of knowledge, integrity, whatever. But remember, that is university now. He's dealing with the people of knowledge, right?
Say this one no be university now, real issue.
This one no be university now.
We said
he's
it now.
Dealing with people.
No, you know.
He's dealing with people that the minimum qualification is just school cert. If at all you have.
But they go worry him with their school cert. That's what you are saying.
No, you see, sir, we even see 괰ᴛᴛᴇʀ the man who was now.
Yes, when they give him,
when he was appointed as chairman of People's Bank, not the advertising they
I think even People's Bank.
No, People's Bank. They give us People's Bank. No, Charlie Solari now. That's the man of Shobika.
They gave him People's Bank, and it was a problem.
People's Bank, and the man was using Agbada. What is? Why do you let me ask? What is the budget? What is the budget of? What is the amount allocated to education? 2026, 2025
budget. Yes.
Yes. So you are talking of a institution that is about 400 billion. This thing is another war. That qualification, that integrity, whatever, he's going to put in the archive and look it under this thing. It is not a game. It's a game of interest for that one. It's not a game of integrity or whatever, or knowledge or whatever. It's a game of interest. So, and I believe, I'm very, very sure that now was consulted before he even been appointed. Remember, he came from a state where the chairman was APC, and he also done like him. So, the man that have already told him the script. Hello, am I communicating, sir?
I'm with you.
Hey. So, he's not coming there to whatever. By the way, this president said he's not ready for free and fair election. We saw the election that was conducted under his leadership.
You can't be too sure. Let's see. Let's hope not.
No, sir. Okay, yes, sir. There is sample now. How the election of Koji be? How the election of even Paul Mbah, I've never gotten the vote that hope in my God.
Right.
You get me? And the man came openly and said that if you want it, I will give you. This is the president, and you want it.
All right, thank you, Malam Salah. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening. That's right.
Good evening.
This is Salahuddin.
Salahuddin, from where?
Yes. From Ogun State.
Where in Ogun State?
For their own interest. And for the interest of the center to align with the center. And for the caller that said Abia is not going, I just saw a picture of Abia governor visiting Alex Mbah today. I've been joining Mbah today, so we should be prepared.
It's not impossible. Hello,
to defend?
Well, it's not impossible. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, the four wise men in the studio.
Good evening.
Happy Sunday to you all.
Happy Sunday to you too.
My name is Peter Wusifo. I'm calling from Abanojo in Ikotu. My take is on the new INEC chairman, Professor Joash Ujo Amupitan, who is about to face the Senate for confirmation. Before this, many of the whalers of this particular government.
Don't call whalers here, please. Nobody's a whaler. We are all
okay. Whalers in quotes. Let me put it in.
Don't even quote it.
Okay, let me just say. Many people have already started making some allegations.
Wait, calm down. Okay. All these whaler thing, we are all Nigerians. Nobody's a whaler, nobody's a hailer here. We are all Nigerians having a decent.
I did not generalize. I said many.
There can never be any whaler here.
Okay, let us assume that. But some people have been telling some rumors on his age fortification, and of course that presented Mr. President during 2023 election in the court, which you have also, maybe somebody has asked you that question, but it has been debunked that he was not one of those people who represented Mr. President. But do that as it may, let it be clear here that whether he is confirmed and then he has integrity or no integrity. But the point is that in Nigeria or anywhere in the world for that matter, even if Jesus Christ comes, to conduct any election, or the leader of the Muslims, as it's Muhammad, comes to conduct elections, people who lose will always say, oh, there was something wrong with the chairman of that electoral committee. And people who win will realize him. It's just like Sito Kalebe or Sunday Wende. And our Belizobe Kete, you understand? Who says that there's nothing you do in this world. So you got to do that with please the world. Okay. So let this man keep his integrity and do the best and leave the rest to God.
Thank you.
That is all. Nobody will be fair.
All right, thank you. We'll take this last call. They will read the messages on Facebook. Oh, good evening.
Hey, Mr. Lucky from Yanapaja.
Yeah, Mr. Lucky, please.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Oga Curtis, I greet everybody in the house.
We greet you too.
So my problem is that I think Malabella has said my mind with Pastor Abu. The problem APC is doing now is that if you look at the last election, it is not that makes people become president. Over 5.something million. Why is the party instead of being 1 million, instead of get 40%, instead get at 9%? So if we were the lot that has the camping, I would be afraid. But the South here, if you like, when you become, they know what you want to do. And so people you don't get even local government chairman, but you win all of them when you were in power. So this time I still go see them. Thank you.
Okay, well, I like your confidence. Let's take the messages we have on Facebook. We have Atodaka Samuel saying, "Everly refreshing program. Thank you." Abdurafiu Alabalakpe is saying, "Good evening, great guys in the studio. Ogbeni Alabalakpe from Sabo Ijewoniba. Congratulations to the Professor Joasha Amupitan as he steps in as the new INEC chairman. However, he should prove all doubting Thomas is wrong by making sure he reforms INEC as well as write his name in gold in the heart of Nigerians. Also, he should make sure Nigerians can vote anywhere in the world. Also, all the security officers and others should be allowed to vote on election day. This more are the reforms Nigerians will make to bring to INEC. We want him to bring to INEC. So I believe he will do well. Let's pray and support him. And on the side of new defectors into APC, I think the new APC chairman and a few others are doing well by bringing people into the party. I believe without even doing the 2027 election, it already shows APC will win again. Okay, so the likes of ADC Labour Party should forget coming to power in 2027 because Asiwaju will win again and rule till 2031, gospel alive. So on behalf of my party, I wish to, leave that one, go and put it on your party's platform. Thank you, Alabalakwe from Sabo Ijewoniba. We have a guy, that's one Alberto saying, I greet everyone in the studio. Ihime Odiano saying, good evening, Mr. Fouad, Barrister Curtis, I see you, sir. Please help me tell Joseph Rochon, say he's also done well, and that he should keep it up. Okay, thank you. We have John Bernard, he's saying, I hope the new INEC chairman will be a man of his words because he will still be operating under the same electoral system that is yet to be properly reformed. I wish him good luck. On the issue of Cameroon, is Paul Biya even aware that there's election going on today? I doubt if the man even knows anything is going on in that country. Oladeni Akim Shino Ayomi saying, my program has started. Thank you. Gafar Agbola Kodri say, job well done. Bright Okon is saying, good evening. Sunday Noah is saying, happy Sunday. Good evening, everyone. Congratulations to the INEC chairman. Hope he won't be corrupted by the office. If a cow follows a dog, the cow may eat. Let's watch out and let's hope for the best. Korede Alageshowolarewaju is saying, on Professor Amupitan, an individual heading INEC is not the problem, but a total reform of electoral law. Sonyaolu Samson Babatunde is saying, what we Nigerians are expecting from new INEC chairman are many. Let voting be done anywhere in the world with NIN or voter's card. IREB should be used to transmit results real time. James Nwachi Ogbona is saying, my distinguished gentlemen in the studio, I greet you essentially. I want Barrister Curtis to help me on this question that I keep asking. Why do they always pick someone from outside to head INEC instead of using those who have been working with the commission for many years? Wouldn't it have been better to use someone like that woman, Agbamuche, who is said to be the longest serving INEC commissioner and most senior official, or maybe it's a problem of experience? Because I had thought that it's the best to bring people who work in the commission and have the experience. Secondly, by Curtis, can someone work against Mr. President who nominated and appointed?
As all human beings, if someone appoints you to get into a position, if there are things you can do for that person without violating the law, you will want to do it, yes. Because you have to show appreciation. Now, on the other question, I think he's right. There's nothing that prevents the president from appointing any of the commissioners. But I think it's just his decision.
But there's nothing that even preventing from also bringing somebody from outside.
And Agbamuche is not a professor. You know, now INEC has become the den of professors.
Professors, yeah. Nigeria political terrain has shown that President Tinubu is really a political colossus and also a political holocaust.
Holocaust.
Holocaust is a bad thing. You don't know. This is your big grammar.
Why there was a colossus?
Everybody is a colossus. All this sort of political holocaust. You
know, put on colossus.
I beg you, no colo for you. While still a governor, he maintained his opposition stance, even as the big power OBJ. While out of governance, he maintained his political superiority, installed president, governors, and several agitators, as well as Abdulwasiu Oyewole is saying it's because African leaders are too powerful, power sweet. Temitope Ojo is saying, good evening, top presenter. The issue with Nigerian politicians is that no one can stay in party for long, expecting Tinubu That's why I expected. Okay, that's a bit complicated. Not only Tᴏɪᴛᴛᴇ Michael is saying, Low Mainland FM is unfortunate that under Tinubu's administration, we are now in the era of forged certificate. When the head is bad, the entire body will be bad. Wow, Tᴏɪᴛᴛᴇ not only from the Jagemo community. And then about today, fast one, I saying, when is the timing of this very enlightening and educative program? I bumped into it midway. I want to know when it starts. A top-notch program with well-grounded guests. Okay, about today, Fire Sonya, it comes up every Sunday, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. every Sunday. The man with the cap is here. And he's had the enigma.
And he has a big topic with big grammar.
So the marital matters people are here. Alisa, waiting will they talk about today?
We're talking, are women not within their rights to build their men? Does building them make the men lazy and entitled?
Well, how many men, women don't build where you know self?
Wow.
For this Nigeria, you plenty.
Calm down.
So do women are building men? Is that what you are saying?
Yes,
Is it supporting men or building men?
So we want to dissect what's the difference between supporting and building. And if
Do you think there are women who build men?
Yes, a lot of men. So, but the question will now be, if they build you, can they? What's the meaning?
What are they looking for? Why they are building you?
What's the intent behind it?
Do you know the most commonly heard question?
Yes.
No, it was a statement from, I met you when you had nothing.
We had nothing.
When you come build, you come.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let the marital matters people sort that problem out among themselves. All right. Thank you so much, Barrister. Thank you, Joseph Loshon. Thank you, Nuruddin. This is where we call it a day political roundtable, Mainland 98.3 FM. We'll do this again next week.